Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a baby ender dragon. For those of you that don't want the massive commitment of the full scale version of the ender dragon that you may be able to see on the screen in front of you, I decided to design a little baby cute version, and he really is quite easy to make. He's very simple, and honestly, he is really cute. I'd honestly make both of them if you're really into the ender dragon. By the way, just in case you have any more building related needs, not only am I going to leave you a link to the ender dragon in both the card system and in the description below, but I'll also leave you a link to my Minecraft mob tutorials playlist, which has loads of stuff exactly like this in it. So if you're hankering for some more mob action, check out the card system, maybe even the description, and it'll give you what you need. But that's more than enough talking. If you want to make the baby ender dragon, here's what you're going to need. Grab yourself some block of quartz, and grab yourself some black wool, grab light grey wool, grab magenta, and finally guys, grab yourself some purple wool, and those are the only materials that you're going to be needing. So once you have each one of those, and once you've figured out where you want to make it, now there's a little bit more to this than usual. We're going to have the ender dragon suspended in the air. It doesn't have to be that high off of the ground. I would suggest at least 7 blocks off of the ground, but I'm going to be going 11 because 11's a nice little... At 11, he's kind of just floating off of the ground. He's not too high, he's not too low. He's a pretty good altitude. So that's what this row of quartz is for. Construct a row of any material you want coming up from the ground, depending on how high you want it. Any height, completely up to you, as long as it's more than 7, I would say. And once you've got that constructed exactly where you want to make him, you're going to want to kick off your baby ender dragon with this. Do a row of 9 black wool coming up from the ground, or from the pillar of quartz. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go right from this 9th block by 7. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Then go down from the 7th block until you are equal height with the first black wall that we placed, and then connect it all the way back to that first black wall to give you a rectangular shape like this. Once you have your rectangle, you now want to take each one of the 4 corners of your rectangle and extend them coming out in front of your rectangle, each by 8 with the black wall. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and we want to do the same with the others. And because we want to connect them together, we don't have to count out 8 3 more times. We just have to count it out the once, and then we can use the first initial row of 8 to figure out where all of the others are going to be. So it just saves us doing some counting. It's a little bit more economical than actually having to count it all in one go. So just extend all of those, connect them all together, and you'll end up with a nice big 3D rectangular shape like that. Once you have your rectangle, this is what you want to do next. So on the front face of your rectangle, starting from the first row coming down from this top row, going from left to right, do 2 magenta, 2 black, 2 magenta, like that. Then for the next row, underneath, going from left to right, do 1 magenta, 1 purple, 2 black wool, 1 purple, 1 magenta. Boom, there you go. Those are your ender dragon's eyes. Once you've got those taken care of, you now want to take out your black wool, and you want to... You know what, we can do it like this. You want to do another row of black directly underneath the eyes, like this. Then take this second black wool block in this row that you have. So starting from the left, it's like this first black wool, this black wool underneath this magenta. Extend this coming out in front of the statue by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go right of it by 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then connect it back to your ender dragon. So connect it back to the ender dragon. It should connect underneath the other eye. You then want to fill in the top of the nose of your ender dragon. And you want to add, once you've filled in the top of the nose, you want to, starting from the end corners, so this front left hand corner and this front right hand corner, you want to move in by 1 diagonal, place a black wool block, and then place 1 behind it. So that's the front left hand side. And for the front right hand side, you move in by 1 diagonal, then you move 1 backwards, and that's kind of like the ender dragon's little snout. Those are the nostrils. Then underneath the area underneath the mouth, you kind of want to trace alongside under it and form kind of like a U shape like this, just to make the mouth a little bit more 3D looking, like that. Now, once you've got that taken care of once, we actually want to do a very similar thing. So now come all the way down to the bottom front side of your Ender Dragon's face. And starting from this bottom left-hand corner, you want to move in by one block to the right, and you want to extend this block out in front of the statue by 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You then want to go right by 5, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then connect all the way back to your Ender Dragon's head, like this. You can then fill in that little area that you've just made there, so you can just fill this in with black wool if you so choose, and then you can just kind of like trace along the top of the outside of the shape that you've just made, so you kind of want to reinforce it a little bit. And something whilst we're in the back of the Ender Dragon's head, fill in the entire face with black wool, so in line with where the eyes are and where we started off the snout, you just want to fill that in with black wool, like that. And what you can also do, so coming into the Ender Dragon's mouth now, add an additional layer of black going all the way around the inside of the mouth. So a little bit like this. Can you see where I'm adding this layer of black? To kind of shorten the mouth a little bit. The reason that we're adding this extra layer of black is because we're going to give the Ender Dragon teeth. So it wants to look a little bit like this. Then take out your block of quartz, and you want to, on top of like where we have these diagonal blocks for the bottom jaw here, you want to move in by one diagonally with your quartz, place one, and do the same thing with the front right hand corner as well. Move in, place one, like that. And those are two bottom teeth for the Ender Dragon, kind of cute little teeth. And on the sides, we now want to add some upper teeth in this position, and you want to have one in this position as well. So you can see that we just want to add those two additional teeth like backwards in relation to those front teeth. They're on the top and they are one block away from the backwards teeth, like so. Once you've got that taken care of, you now want to come all the way up to the top of the Ender Dragon's head, and you can fill this in with black wool. Just completely fill in the top of the head with black wool. It shouldn't take too much time because we're going to give the Ender Dragon cute little horns. So once the top of the head's filled in, you want to, looking forward but down, you want to, start from the left hand side first of all, starting from this front left hand corner, you want to move in by one diagonal, place a light grey wool, place one behind it, then add an additional layer of light grey on top, so you have like a 2x2 little light grey horn. Do the same on the other side, so for this other side, move in by one diagonally, place one behind it, add an additional layer of light grey on top. That's pretty much the Ender Dragon's head, nice and simple. All you have to do then is just completely fill in the rest of the Ender Dragon's head with black wool. So I'm not actually going to do that, I'm just going to leave that for now, but that is what you want to have for the Ender Dragon's head. It's not filled in yet. So now that we have that taken care of, we can now move on to the next bit. So come all the way around to the back of your Ender Dragon's head. You want to, starting from the top here, you want to fill in 3 rows of black wool on the back of the head. So from the top, 1, 2, and 3. Then starting from the 2 inward blocks in the last row that you made, so the second blocks coming in from both the right and the left, you want to extend out each one of these blocks by 12. So that'll be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and the same for the other. I'm pretty confident that that row is also 12, so I'm just going to match it to the original row, and I'm going to connect it together like this. What we can then do is take each one of these 12 blocks, and we can extend them down by 7. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We can then connect these together, and then we want to connect these blocks all the way back to where we first started. So it's just one block before we reach the actual head of the dragon, and we just want to connect them back to where we first started. And yes, guys, the body of the dragon is ever so slightly smaller than the head of the dragon. It wants to look a little something like this, and if you want to turn it into a proper shape, you might also want to connect the corners together as well to form like a nice big giant rectangular shape, although it's not really necessary. So that's the shape of the body pretty much complete. Let's take care of the other parts. So the Ender Dragon has a tail. The tail is all the way at the back here, as you might guess. You might guess that the tail of the Ender Dragon's at the back. And what you want to do is just do a row of black wool coming down from the very top back of the dragon. Just do a row of black wool there. And then you want to do 2 black wool in front of the 2 center black walls that you just placed. So in front of the 2 middle blocks, poking out, do 2 black wool. wool. Then underneath those black wool, place an additional row of black wool, so we now have like a 2x2 square, and then take those top two and extend them out by a further one. And that is your Ender Dragon's tail. He only has a tiny little tail because he's a tiny little dragon. If you do a big tail, he looks less cute, so I decided not to. So that's all I've given him. Once you've got that taken care of, all we have to do now are his legs and his wings. So come to the left hand side of your dragon, which is this side right here where we have this quartz, and we're going to place the leg now. So starting from the bottom right hand corner on the left hand side of the dragon, so this one right here, we want to count in and find the 5th block coming in to the left. So if you want to use a block to mark this out, you can. So the 5th block coming in from the left. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And from this 5th block, you want to do a black wool poking out of the side. So 5th block poking out from the side. Then from this black wool, you want to do 2 bottom right diagonals. That is 1 and 2. Then go down by 1. Then go left by 1. Then do 3 up left diagonals, that'll be 1, 2, and 3. You then want to do 3 up right diagonals, that will be 1, 2, and 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Then do a bottom left diagonal. And that is the shape of the leg. You can fill that shape in now, as I'm doing now, just fill that shape in. And then you can extend it out of the dragon by 1 layer. So just extend that out of the dragon by 1 layer. So you have something which should look like that. Pretty simple leg shape. Once you've got that taken care of, this is what you want to do next. So moving a little further backwards now. So we're now on the back left-hand corner of the dragon at the bottom. We want to extend this corner block out by 1. We then want to go left of this block 1, up by 1, right by 1, and down by 1. So we now have a plus shape. We then want to take the bottom part of the plus shape and we want to do 2 bottom right diagonals. That's 1 and 2. We then want to go right by 1, up by 1. We then want to do 2 up left diagonals. That'll be 1, and we already have our second one placed for us. Then from that second up left diagonal, we want to do 2 up right. So that'll be 1 and 2. We then want to do an up left diagonal, and then we want to do a bottom left diagonal to connect everything back together. And what you can do is fill that shape in, and then you can extend it coming out of your dragon by 1 row. So just extend it coming out of the dragon by 1 row to give you this shape. And there we go, we have both of the legs. Once you've done that on one side, do the same thing on the other side. So we're now coming all the way over to the opposite side of the dragon. We're on the front right hand corner right at the bottom here, and we're going to count in and find the 5th block coming in to the right. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5. Extend this out of the side by 1. Then do 2 bottom left diagonals, that is 1 and 2. We then go down 1, right 1. We then do 3 up right diagonals, that is 1, 2, and 3. We then do 3 up left diagonals, which will be 1, 2, 3. And then do a bottom left diagonal, followed by a bottom right diagonal, to give us this shape. We then fill in the center of this shape, then extend it out by 1, and there we have the front left leg. It's technically his front left leg for the dragon. Once you've got that one leg taken care of, we now want to come to the back, and starting from this back corner right here, we place a black wool coming out from that corner. We place 1 on top, 1 to the left, 1 to the right, and 1 below to form a plus shape. We then, starting from the bottom part of the plus, we want to do 2 bottom left diagonals, so that'll be 1 and 2. We then want to go left 1, then up 1, do an upright diagonal, and then starting from the left part of the plus now, we want to do 2 up left diagonals, that'll be 1 and 2. Do an up right diagonal, followed by a bottom right diagonal. Fill the center part of that shape in, extend it out of the side of the dragon by 1 layer, and we will have our beautiful, beautiful second hind leg. So let's just take a look at this thing. Let's take a look at him with all 4 legs. I always like to take a look at this view. He looks kind of cute, doesn't he, without wings? He kind of looks like a really, really weird looking dog. Anyway, once you've got all 4 of those legs taken care of, once you've got the tail, once you've got the head, all we have to do now are the Ender Dragon's wings. So come all the way up to the top of your Ender Dragon. So you want to be on top of the body, and you want to start looking down, looking towards the front of the dragon. You want to find from this corner block, this front top right hand corner block, you want to count in and find the 4th block coming in. So that'll be 1, 2, 3, and 4. Place to the right of this block 8 light grey wool. So coming out to the right, that'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then, coming inwards towards the back of the dragon, add another layer of light grey wool, like that. Then, you want to, starting from the end of that 8th light grey that we just placed, remember how we just added an additional layer of light grey? Well, take this end block to the right and extend it right by a further 7. So that'll look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like that. We then, with our black wool, we want to, from the 7th light grey block, coming towards the back of the dragon, towards us, we want to do 3 black wool, that's 1, 2, 3. We then want to do a bottom left diagonal, then come down by 2, 1, 2, do a bottom left diagonal, come down by 2, bottom right diagonal, come left by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We then want to do an up left diagonal, which is placing 1 here. We then want to go left by 1, do an up left diagonal, go left by 1, 4 up left diagonals, that is 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we want to connect back to the body, like that. That is the wing of the Ender Dragon pretty much complete. All we have to do now is add an additional layer of light grey wool on top of that base layer of light grey wool. So where you have that first layer of light grey, just throw an additional layer on top like that. And then we'll have to fill the wing in with black wool. Once you've done that to the right hand side, or the technically the right hand side of the dragon, we now want to do it on the left hand side here. So on the left hand side, we want to once again count in from the front top corner block, and we want to find the 4th block coming in. So that's 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th. Do a row of 8 light grey wool coming out from this block. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Add another row of light grey behind it, and then continue to come outwards from that layer by 7 with the light grey. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We then, starting from the 7th block coming towards the back of the dragon with the black wool, do a row of 3 black wool. That's 1, 2, 3. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Come down by 2, 1, 2. Then do a bottom right diagonal. Come down by 2. Then do a bottom left diagonal. Then go right by 4, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then do an upright diagonal, which is placed in a block here. Then go right by 1. Do an upright diagonal, and go right by 1. Do 4 upright diagonals, which is 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then place 1 coming towards the center of the Ender Dragon to give you something which should look a little bit like that. And that's perfect. Those are both of the wings. Now we just have to add the additional layer of light grey wool on top of the end part of the wings here. And then that's that. That's pretty much that for the wings. So you want to have something which should look in total a little bit like this. And you might be wondering to yourself, hey, why doesn't the Ender Dragon have any of those little light grey bits on the back? Because I felt that those look a little too hard. They look a little too mature. I kind of like the smooth black back. Just like with the tail, I didn't want to make it a little too detailed. I wanted to keep it nice and cute. But there you go, guys. That is pretty much your little baby Ender Dragon 100% fully completed. That's all there is to it. What you have to do now is completely fill him in with black wool. That includes the head, the body, the wings. We're going to fill him in with black wool. I'm not going to do it on recording just to save a little bit of time, but that's exactly what's going to happen, guys. So I'm going to be back in just a second once I've 100% fully filled in our Ender Dragon with the black wool. That's all you have to do. I'll show you what it looks like after I'm back and we can talk about it. So I'll be back in just a moment, guys, once he's completely filled in. Do the same thing, just fill everything in with black. So there we have it. We have the 100% fully completed, finished baby Ender Dragon. Isn't he adorable? Isn't he absolutely adorable? Or at least I think he is. Or she, whatever. I'm not sexist. It can be a female Ender Dragon. I'm not really too bothered. It's not 100% perfect. It should really have scales on the back. There should be a bit of a tail. There should be a bit of a neck. If you're going with just a little miniature version, but I wanted to go with a little baby version, and I don't think that the baby would have any of these things. I think that it's perfect just the way it is. I think it's nice and easy to make, and I think it looks really, really cute. Especially with those little teeth. Do you like the teeth? I added those in for effect. I kind of like those. But there you go, guys. That is the baby Ender Dragon. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you've managed to make it. And hopefully it's a nice little substitute for the actual Ender Dragon, which you can see in the background. A little daunting, isn't it? So hopefully you've liked it. If you have enjoyed the video, guys, give it a like, give it a favorite, give it a share. I'd really, really appreciate it. If you want to see more things like this, things that don't really exist, like custom statues, please give it a like, give it a favorite, give it a share. Comment down below what else do you want me to make. Always interested in your guys' feedback and opinions. Check out the card system for the school that you see in the background, for the Ender Dragon, for my mob statues tutorial playlist. I'll leave all of those things in there. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Like, favorite, share if you wouldn't mind. Comment down below. Check out the card system. I'll see you in the next video.